Hello everyone, I am Ricky and welcome to today's edition of the Mouse Bites. Now the Mouse Bites are your latest Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, and Universal Orlando news. And today it is a lot of news about refurbishments. That's right, it's refurbishment season at the Walt Disney World Resort, which means that a lot of attractions go down this time of year, so that work can be done on these attractions. And we're starting with Muppet Vision 3D, which will be going down for refurbishment on January 26th. During this closure of the Disney's Hollywood Studios attraction, some upgrades to the theater will be added, including new seats and curtains. Now, this attraction is expected to reopen to guests on February 9th. In addition, from January 13th through January 26th, portions of Ghirardelli Soda Fountain and Chocolate Shop located at Disney Springs will be undergoing refurbishment. The actual location will remain open to guests while this work is completed. Also seeing some refurbishment is Chicken Guy at Disney Springs, and this will be an expansion of their very, very popular restaurant into the store at Planet Hollywood. Now, when this project is completed, the indoor seating area will be able to accommodate more guests, and I can say that a number of people will be very happy to hear this because Chicken Guy is extremely popular. Blizzard Beach was originally scheduled to reopen on January 4th. However, this has actually been pushed back to January 20th. Now, Typhoon Lagoon was supposed to close on January 4th. However, it will remain open until Blizzard Beach officially reopens from its refurbishment. Moving to some other news, the attractions found within the Imagination Pavilion at Epcot will operate now from park open to park closed from January 12th through February 29th. Now, these attractions normally close at 7 p.m. So open during this time will be Journey to Imagination with Figment, the Disney and Pixar Short Film Festival, and the new Mickey Mouse character meet and greet. Earlier this month, I let you know that the Walt Disney World Resort will be, the Epcot monorail beam will actually be undergoing construction on select dates from January 13th, delaying the opening of the monorail from to 10 a.m. on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays until further notice. Unfortunately, that refurbishment work has been delayed, so even though I have reported that to you, that looks like that work is not happening as of this moment. The Irwin Pearl shop, located in the landing section of Disney Springs, is now officially closed. So if you're looking to get some jewelry from Irwin Pearl, unfortunately, you will not be able to do so. Moving on to Disneyland. So Star Wars Rise of the Resistance actually opens on January 17th at Disneyland. And there are some new tips that have been released based off of what is going to happen with this attraction when it officially opens at Disneyland. So, in order to ride this attraction, guests will be able to utilize the virtual queue, otherwise known as the boarding pass process. This boarding pass process is currently in use at the Walt Disney World Resort and has been for Rise of the Resistance since December, since the attraction opened. So how does the boarding pass process work? Well, first, it's a virtual queue. It's not a physical line. Guests who are able to obtain a boarding pass can enjoy the rest of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge as well as Disneyland until their boarding pass is called, and it is your turn to experience Rise of the Resistance. To obtain said boarding pass, you'll need to enter Disneyland Park. You'll then be able to request the virtual queue boarding pass, where you'll be assigned a boarding group. And then you can do this with either the Disneyland app or at select locations within the park. The virtual queue will not open until the published opening time for Disneyland. When all boarding groups are full, guests may be assigned to backup boarding groups. Backup boarding groups are only called if the previous boarding groups have been officially called and there is extra capacity for additional guests to ride the attraction for that day. Guests who get a boarding pass to Rise of the Resistance will only be able to get one boarding pass per day. To find out which boarding groups are being admitted into the attraction at a specific time, you can check the app or the in-park signs. Now, here's some tips from me to you who has actually experienced the boarding pass process and ridden Rise of the Resistance. First of all, get to the park early and have your ticket media in hand already. That's going to be key because you're going to want to make sure you're not having to buy any tickets or anything like that because these boarding passes do go fast. So just keep that in mind. You'll also want to make sure you've downloaded the Disneyland app on your phone ahead of time. And you're also going to want to make sure you stay off Disney Wi-Fi, as people seem to have better luck when they are not connected to Disney's Wi-Fi. All right, that's going to do it for all the news that I have for you today. Make sure you follow along with the Mouse for Less on all of our social sites. So you got Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Pinterest. And otherwise, we're going to see you the next time on the Mouse Bites. Have a great day, everyone.